Hello, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Michelle, and we're the Wandering Shores.
This is going to be our very first video that we're doing for YouTube. For those of you who may not know us already, we retired at the age of 47, and we hit the road full-time in our 29-foot travel trailer. We've decided that we're going to try this YouTube thing, and this is going to be our very first video. We filmed a video a few days ago about one of our adventures, and we'll be posting that in the future, so keep an eye out for that. We thought it might be helpful to kind of give you a brief introduction of who we are, how we ended up here, and tell you a little bit about where we're going. All right, I'll kick it over to Michelle.
We went on a trip to Alaska back in
2014.
Yeah, 2014, and we stayed with some friends who had some experience with tiny living, and that was pretty intriguing to us.
Yeah, shout out to Tracy and Zara up there in Ketchikan, Alaska. Well, now they're actually in Oregon. They were really the ones that got us thinking about what we were doing with our lives and how we were living. And when we got back from that trip, I started investigating tiny house living and downsizing and minimalism, and that's kind of led us to where we're at now. It's taken a few twists and turns over the last 5 years, but we are excited about what the future has to hold for us, and we're hoping that you guys will follow along. I think it might be helpful to tell you a little bit about who we were before we retired. I am by training a mental health therapist. I've been working for the same company in Indianapolis, Indiana for about the last 18 years. We did risk assessment and treatment of guys who were incarcerated in the Indiana Department of Correction, and left that job at the end of August of 2020 to kind of prepare for a few weeks before we hit the road. Michelle?
And I'm a teacher. I've taught first grade, and I was in the classroom for 22 years and loved it. So needless to say, it was hard to leave, but we are starting this journey, and we're going to see where it takes us.
One of the things we get asked a lot about is how are we affording to do this? You know, our jobs do not really have a retirement plan. At the age of 47, we weren't eligible for any retirement plan anyway. So much of what we're doing now is based solely on the money we were able to save over the last 5 years. We are going to be doing some work on the road. We don't anticipate a whole lot of money coming out of YouTube. It's quite complicated and takes a lot of time to generate any income out of YouTube. So that is really not in the plans. We both currently work for an online company called Appen. For that company, we do some different jobs. We have several different ones. We do some reviews of marketing and advertisements and ads for some of the big online websites and social media platforms. But we're only doing this about 10 to 20 hours a week combo between the two of us. So that's really not the plan. The plan is going to be living cheaply while we're on the road. We customized our camper so that we can do that. We've got solar, we've got lithium batteries. We're going to give you a tour at some point of our camper, and some of those questions will be answered for you guys. We started this plan back in 2015 when we sold our house. We were living in a 2,400 square foot home outside of Indianapolis, Indiana, and we downsized drastically, and Michelle and I moved into a 325 square foot tiny house. It was a tiny house on foundation. It was the two of us and our 5 cats. 4 of which are still on the road with us. One of them was not really roadworthy, so they are staying with a friend of ours. So shout out to Ashley for taking care of Abby for us. We then just began saving money. making better decisions with our finances, doing some investment in the market, etc., which has allowed us to kind of get where we're at now. We sold our tiny house about 3 months ago, earlier than anticipated. We originally had planned on hitting the road at the end of June of 2020, but because of COVID put us on a slightly slower pace, we ended up leaving September 8th. But we sold our house back in June, and we actually moved in with Michelle's parents, Mike and Sharon, for about 3 months until we were ready to go. And that worked out perfectly. It was the perfect opportunity for us to spend some quality time with Michelle's parents and some of her other siblings that are near and family. So that has really been a blessing in disguise, really, that we were able to sell so quickly and then move in with them. I think it might be in future videos you'll see we're going to try to do a lot of adventure videos. We're going to go on outings. We're going to introduce those of you who may not know what geocaching is. We're going to introduce that to you. We are also not planning on doing a whole lot of editing on videos. So these are often going to be one-take videos for the most part. So the quality is going to be hit or miss. There's going to be some dead time. There's going to be some words that probably aren't the right words in the right spaces, but we don't want to spend our entire retirement editing videos. We've got some friends that do this full time, and they spend 40 to 60 hours a week editing videos for YouTube, and that's not the type of adventure we're going to be going on. So you're going to see what we've got planned. Outdoor adventures, mountain biking, kayaking, hiking, rock climbing, maybe. Probably no skydiving. That's probably off the limit. Zip lining, perhaps. We're going to have some videos of us geocaching in unique places. So we're going to have a whole mixture of things, and we're excited that you guys are going to follow along with us, we hope, and kind of keep tabs on us as we go across this country. Currently, we are in Ohio, just outside of Cleveland, visiting friends and family. We're going to be here for about 2 more weeks. We've been here for 3 weeks already, and after that, we're going to be heading east. We're going to be heading towards West Virginia to visit an old college roommate and his family. So we're pretty excited about that as well. One thing we wanted to ask, kind of as we wrap up this video, is if you've got ideas or questions or things that you'd like to see in future videos, please let us know. We don't really have anything on the schedule, so we have a lot of flexibility. If you've got ideas, we're going to probably do a tour of our camper. We're going to show you some of the renovations that we've done, some of the improvements and modifications that we've done. We're going to show you how it is living with 4 cats in 180 square feet, which is not always easy, but we're making it work. So, you know, we appreciate you watching today. I'll kick it over to Michelle for kind of final words of wisdom, if you will.
So yeah, put any ideas that you have in the comments below. But yeah, we are going to wrap this up for today, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss one of our episodes. And don't forget to check Facebook and Instagram and search for @TheWandering_Shores, because we have pages on both of those.
Thanks, everybody. Look forward to seeing you in future videos.